Hey everyone, this is Team Severson here with Legacy Realty, and we're bringing you July's numbers for the market update. We got some crazy news going on. The market has been changing. A lot of things have been going on, and we just want to tell you guys exactly what's happened in the market today. So, Seth, if you'd like to
jump
kind
in.
of dive in,
Okay,
and
cool.
see what's happening.
Yeah, so I'm just going to cover some stats from last year and compared to this year. So we'll start with average sold price. Last year we were at 676,340. This year average sold price is 756,700. So that's a 12% increase. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Active listings on the market. Last year we had 5,700, almost 5,800. This year we're at 8,400. So that's a 45% increase.
It's a big jump.
Huge, pretty good jump. It's a lot more listings. It's great. And then monthly inventory. Last year we had 1 month of inventory at this time, so just nothing. So low. And this year we're at 1.6 months of inventory. So that's a 60% increase. That is pretty big, I would say.
Yeah.
We've been tracking data for the whole Colorado market. I think we're going to change the way we're doing that a little bit. Shane's going to jump into a little bit about how we're doing that. I think it's going to help people better in the long run. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think, our job as agents, our job as consultants, our job as a team here is to best educate, give the best numbers, the best education, the best statistics that we can for you guys that are watching. And Cameron, which is not on the video, actually is waving at you behind us here. He's running the show. But Cameron actually caught that a lot of the counties that we're picking up in our data. So thank you that we have somebody smarter than me that's kind of helping watch these numbers. It's picking up a lot of the counties that are way up in the mountains, some of just out in the outskirts that probably don't bring great statistics for our clients. So we are going to hone in on only the 11 counties. So at some point we just have to change the data. At some point we have to start the new. And so my numbers are going to start changing now. We're going to start those today. Yep. So our active listings, believe it or not, it blows my mind. I thought if you got out of the mountains, the price would drop. Nope. Denver Metro actually went up, believe it or not. So again, we're only dealing with single-family homes. We talk about that a lot. In 22, our average price was $815,603. So we are over 800,000 in Metro Denver. Now, I think when we were first looking, we won't take a lot of time. I don't think we believed that. I don't think we believed that. So we started breaking down by price point what each section of the market was, under 400, 600, and almost in every category, 80% of all the homes were over 600. Yeah. So, and we're talking even condos and everything. So I think these numbers are accurate. I think our average price now is 800. Last year it was 726. So we are up 12% over last year. Let's talk about our takeaways now of the market, what we think is actually going on. I think in the last month with these statistics, we've seen a jump. But in the last month, we have a crystal ball. I always say we are a month ahead, so we're in August, but these statistics are in July. So all of us looking at these numbers are looking back a month. So it's almost like we have a crystal ball looking ahead into August to see what is going to happen. We have seen a massive drop in the market.
Sure.
I have talked about the market itself is not dropping, but the overbids are going away. So people feel like the market is dropped by 60, 70,000 when in reality, I don't believe it has. I believe the overbids are gone. Now we're going to have this steady increase back to a normal market. One of the questions I have is we saw this massive drop. Why is that a major drop? What took place? What is going on in you guys' perspective? You guys are working with a lot of buyers. You guys are out there a lot. What actually took place to get that to kind of drop? What do you guys say?
When you say drop, you're talking about prices? Or?
Yeah, prices inventory just skyrocketed up. What is the reason for all of that? What is the shifting going on right now?
Sure. Yeah, you want to go first, Anthony?
Yeah, I think interest rates have a big play in
Sure,
this fact.
yeah.
They skyrocketed up to, they're at 6% about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They dropped back down 1.5
Yep.
which gives us, on a mortgage payment, you're saving $600 a month, which in turn is like 150,000 extra buying power.
It's time.
So interest rates for sure, I think, had a big play. People weren't able to afford these homes
Yeah.
how they did during
Yeah.
the whole COVID era
Totally.
of 2% interest rates.
Yeah, I think, for you, Seth, you had a lot of buyers going at one time. You had a lot of first-time home buyers, especially, that
Sure.
were going to buy.
Yeah.
Did it affect a lot of them? Is that true, that those interest rates affected them, and how did that affect them?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, if you're in 2% interest rates, 3% interest rates, you're a first-time home buyer trying to buy a townhome at 350 or a condo at 350, and then rates go up 1.5 or 2%. You just lost $100,000, $150,000 of buying power, or your monthly payment went up $600, which is not affordable for someone who's barely trying to squeeze into their first home at 350, which is really tough. So I think a lot of my buyers did experience some pain when rates went up to like pre-COVID numbers. I think it was like, wow, this is shell shock, because we had such artificially low numbers, and it was to help people, which I think it did help a lot. But I think at the same time, it just flooded our market with buyers. We had low supply, so it was just like the Hunger Games out there. Everyone's fighting over one home. You've got hundreds of people looking at the same house, and I think now we're starting to see those shifts. A lot of shifting is taking place recently, which I'm sure you can talk a little bit more about. But I think it did affect first-time home buyers.
I think what's interesting is we see these numbers here: 60% monthly inventory increase. That's massive.
Yeah.
The thing is to keep in mind, we don't even get to a neutral market till we hit four months of supply.
Yeah.
We're at 1.6. So I think, to keep perspective, a lot of what we're experiencing now is fear in buyers, fear in sellers. It's lots of panic right now because it's moving.
Oh, yeah.
We're going into a recession. People are freaking out, but we're still at 1.6. So even though it went up 60%, we're still in a massive seller's market. So everybody just know that this is just getting back to normal.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, though, is we just jumped 60% on inventory, 45% on our active listings. And I think what happens is, when you don't have as many buyers, because you guys just said our buyers can't afford to buy, right? They just can't afford to buy anymore. Or they're freaking out like, oh my gosh, the market may crash because of this. We're still hearing everybody say that.
Yeah.
So I think people have been panicking on the buyer side. So buyers diminish. Sellers start panicking. Oh my gosh, what is going to happen? They start listing because they're freaking out because the market's dropping. So you have more homes on the market because sellers are freaking out. You got less buyers on the market because they can't buy. And that changes our supply and demand issues a lot, which levels that market off. Now, here's what's interesting, I think, and this is a complete guess because we're so new. I mean, we're talking week or two into this. Rates just dropped back down 1.5 points.
Yep.
Literally in a week and a half, rates just plummeted. A week and a half just plummeted 1.5% interest rates. Mind blowing. I was getting ready to lock an interest rate. You guys know this, at just over 7 on one of my rentals, and I just locked it. I think it was 5.625. Mind blowing, and that happened in a week. So glad I didn't change that. Saved me $800 a month in my payment. But I think what's going to happen now is a lot of that fear in the buyers' minds. A lot of your buyers will be able to buy again. So you're going to spur the market where buyers come back out. I think the fear will go away, and we'll see. Maybe the overbids come back and people start freaking out like they did before. I don't know, but I think the market's going to start really increasing again because of some of that.
Sure.
And we'll just see. I mean, I don't know how much of it will affect it or how much won't, but we'll see. It's going to be an interesting ride for the next month. So anyway, hope that helps. Hope that information gives you great information to make great decisions. If you have any questions, reach out to us. If you are a buyer, you need to buy now. I keep saying it because prices are not, the market is not crashing. I promise you. I think we have 10, 15 years of straight increase. We need to get in if you can. If you're an investor, it's a great time.
Yep.
Huge cash flows. Rents, I've heard, are going to go up 10% a year. So if you can break even today, every year, you're just going to make cash. So now is a great time to buy rentals. And if you're a seller, we are getting out of seller season, so you need to sell today. You need to call us right now, get your house on the market, because those seasonal changes, right? Not the overall market, but just that seasonality. Kids are back in school, prices are going to start dropping. So if you're a buyer, get ready. It's going to get good. If you're a seller, reach out today. Now's the time. God bless. Hope that helps. We'll see you next month.